up, movie crew? Welcome to the latest review. Before I get started, if you're new to this channel, my name is Luke, this is Let's Watch a Movie, and if you're into anything cinema and physical media related, you've come to the right place, so hit that subscribe button. Today, I had a request for a review on something, so today we are reviewing the documentary Create or Die. This is on the making of the indie film Acorn, and we're gonna get into this. All right. So this is a documentary about how two directors end up working on their projects, which leads to this particular project. Basically, you've got the same team working on two movies at once, and how they're supposed to overcome that, and how they're not only having to get cast and crew working very crazy hours, but also making sure that all of it can be done within the budget they are given, and that they don't have to compromise what they're working on. And I've got to say, personally, I really enjoyed this. I'm going to get into that in a little bit, but like usual, I'm going to do the pros, I'm going to do the cons, and then I'm going to give my final thoughts. One of the pros I definitely enjoyed about this, if you have been following me, you know that when a movie is too long, I complain about it. Every time a movie is like 2.5 to 3 hours long, the first thing I say is it could have been a shorter movie. This documentary clocks in at 1 hour and 8 minutes. Very quick watch, very easy watch. Very much enjoyed that. Another thing that I personally enjoyed too was you can tell, not just from the director's standpoint, but from everyone that's involved in this, the passion they have, the love that they have for what they're doing. And even though they're doing this stuff on an independent level, they're still wanting to persevere and make sure that these projects not only get done, but make sure that they are still available to the widest possible audience they can do with what they have. Really enjoyed that. And towards the end, there's a very nice, they close it out on a very inspirational message for anyone out there that is an independent creative, be it an artist, a writer, a director, an actor, whatever you're into. I would highly recommend checking this out, just because even with that 1 hour and 8 minutes, they managed to pack a lot in there for that runtime and end it on a very high note. The negatives, really, there's only two. One of them is there's a couple of times where they're cutting from scene to scene, and it does feel a little bit ADD. Like, I feel like I'm watching them talk about one thing and then realize in a minute with a couple of the scenes, they're actually talking about a different project that's not Acorn or the other project they were working on. So there was a few times where I was like, wait a minute, and I had to rewind it, well, go back a little bit, make sure I refreshed myself on what I was checking out. But I've got to say, I only did that twice. So for the most part, it is cohesive, but there are a couple of times where it did cut from one scene to another. That's about it. My closing thoughts are, I definitely recommend checking this out if you are on Amazon Prime. That is where I watched it at, so I definitely recommend checking it out. And I really enjoyed this because I mentioned in my hiatus video that one of the reasons why there was a hiatus was because of my work as a writer and how that took up a lot of time over the last few months. And even though what I do with writing books versus what they're doing with making 2 movies at once. Even though there's definitely a lot of differences there, it's definitely a little bit of a night and day thing, but there's still a little bit of a Venn diagram going on there. Like, there's still a lot of the stuff they were talking about, I've actually dealt with. And knowing people that make independent films, a lot of them deal with the same stuff as well. I know some people that make shorter stuff that they can put on like a monetized YouTube channel, for example, just so they can get a little bit of extra money to make the movie they want to make. So to any independent creative person out there, I highly recommend checking this out. And to the director, thank you for sending this my way, because I did enjoy it. Definitely looking forward to watching it again. So definitely check it out if you're into documentaries. If you're a creative person, definitely check it out in that case too. And at a very short runtime, it'll be over before you know it. So definitely give this one a watch. And that's going to do it for this one. If you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. You like what you see, leave a thumbs up. Comment down below. Do you plan to watch Create or Die? And if so, let me know your thoughts if you've already seen it. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all for watching, and tune in next time.